Alright. Waiting for this to start up. Because it feels like Plant Zoo is always taking forever to start up nowadays. Ah, here we are.
Hey! Hey!
Hello everybody, Grant here, and today I am going to be, as you can see, I'm going to start working on the new Plant Zoo project, because the old Pleistocene Preserve thing, I basically largely put that on hiatus due to issues with the performance. And probably because the engine of this game is just not designed to handle exhibits that huge. So instead, we're going to make a Team Fortress 2 themed zoo, so to speak. But first, we got some testing to do, because I got some modded critters I'd like to try out, but they haven't been updated for a while, and I heard rumors about them crashing the game and such. So you'll get to see me do the testing as well. Hold on a second, guys. I'm just refreshing the page here. Okay, yeah, we should be good now. So, in order to do that...
Yeah! Whoa!
We're just gonna find a random scenario zoo and do some testing, because why the hell not? You know what? Let's do this one. Again, this might actually be a bit of a shorter stream, which we'll have done by 10. Not sure. 10:30 the latest, of course, because my stream is usually gone for no more than 2 hours, usually. Alright, yes, I'm just using one of the scenario zoos in unlimited mode, sandbox mode and all that. And yes, I do have the remastered Lions mod and such. Same for the tigers. I'm usually not a fan of those, but I decided to go with the two big cats, so to speak. I know there's more species of big cats than just those, but you get what I'm saying. Where is the, it's just chimpanzees. Also, they could easily get the hell out of this enclosure if they wanted to. Mix of Plant Zoo and Team Fortress 2? Oh yes! A Team Fortress 2 themed zoo, so to speak. Wait, what the... Wait, where's the tiger at? Dog? The dog blew through! Took the dog! I'm now thinking about... I'm sorry, I was just thinking back to James Gunn's Superman. Really damn good, by the way. Saw it this past Sunday. It's just such a breath of air for the superhero film. I do feel a bit of slowdown, though. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't feel the movement problems here. I do think it was just an issue of making the enclosures just way too big. I do get a bit of that slowdown still, at least on my end, but regardless. Where is the... Okay, animal trading. First things first. First step of the business. Triceratops. Yes, I know this isn't Prehistoric Kingdom, but still. Oh, rescue. Sure, why not? Quarantine. 1. Let's get a female real quick. Just gotta make sure that they are all working according to plan. The Yeti, because I do want to place that in here eventually. 1 female, or 1 male, 1 female. Unicorns. Unicorn power. I'm telling you right now, if I learn about a crash, I am not going to be happy. Alright, what other modded critters do I have in here that I plan on using? Just want to make sure they actually appear in the exhibits and such. If that works, then it should be smooth sailing from there. And I mean that as like should be. And no, I'm not going to make the zoo out of a scenario exhibit. No, I'm of course going to be starting from scratch. I'm just trying to... let's see here. What others do I have planned here? Do I have the opossum still? No, I accidentally removed that mod. What was it? I actually want to put the coyote in, but I can't remember which coyote is which. Regardless, let's take out everything from the storage and just send it to here. Alright, there we go. Like, those are the big 3. So now... Plant Zoo. Oh, the Triceratops? It's a Triceratops horridus. It's a mod. Yeah, it's one of the mod critters. You know what? Let's just speed this up. Same goes for the Yetis and the Unicorns. I know protesters have arrived at the zoo. I'm trying to... All I'm doing is just some testing. Alright. Let's take our Yetis and move them to the chimpanzees. Meanwhile, our unicorns will be moved over here. Where is our Triceratops? Where are our Triceratops at? Oh, that's wonderful. Our Triceratops are useless. Or are they? You know what, for the sake of it, let's just place them right here with the chimps. Okay, so the Yetis, they do seem to be... Okay, first of all. Alright. Yetis seem to be okay. I know they escaped, I'm just testing things out. Unicorns? Again, I don't know what causes the slowdown now. Apparently, the Triceratops mod does not work. I know there's another one that basically imports the Triceratops from Jurassic World, but, oh, they escaped too? All gyms have escaped. Whoop-de-doo! Alright, I think I had enough now. Again, I was just doing that for testing purposes. So apparently the Triceratops mod does not work. That sucks. I am seriously hoping this game does not crash, because the load screens have been getting worse and worse. I swear I'll have to run a full-on virus scan on my computer soon.
Whoa.
Anyway, now let's begin for real. Sandbox.
Yep.
Considering that Dust Bowl and the other places like that take place in New Mexico, I think it's only fair to have this be somewhat of a desert zoo of sorts. And this will actually be designed... Hold on. Let's see. Terrain type. Flat. Sculpted. Diorama. Sculpted. Let's go with flat just to be safe. The tricks just mailed. Yeah, I should have checked that bug report before installing the mod. Anyway, I'm not even sure I'll be placing any animals in this stream. This is just mainly laying out the basics of the zoo itself. And it's supposed to be meant to be more of a joke type build, and you'll see what I mean soon enough. Alright, there we go. And we'll be starting off with creating the control points. So let's first create just a control point blueprint, so to speak. Let's see here, signs, art shapes, circles. And again, like this, it's going to be it's meant to also look like a control point map with the points and everything. And what I'm thinking is this will be like this will operate like a symmetric control point map, akin to like Badlands or Foundry, but also be somewhat, but also be somewhat of an almost randomized order, akin to a central style attack defend map. AKA Steel, Sulfur, and Hadal. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Basically, you know, like, each team would of course start off with having a single control point, the one nearest to their bases, but all three control points at once are up for grabs. If that's even possible. But I am going to try and make this as... Yeesh, just gonna... Hold on a second. Let's see here, hold on a second. I'm just taking out a few things that are inhibiting this. Alright, that should... Alright. Just had to close a few miscellaneous things in Task Manager. That should handle the situation at hand. Okay, circles. I need a big flat circle for this. Oval. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me see what I need to see an image of a control point. Alright, so let's see, how big can we get? Okay, so we got... It's probably the biggest we can get in terms of control point. Let's see if we can go even bigger. Walls, roofs and floors. Yeah, this is probably biggest we'll probably get. So quarter circle, plate tile. Let's go with metal. Metal plank. Here we are. Metal flooring. Nope. Okay. And something else. Metal clad? That probably looks the most like it, actually, so let's go with that. That does not look right. Okay. So now, in order to make this fully work, I'm going to need to then get... Alright, now go to the basic shapes again. Art shapes. Circle here. Let's see, what would work best? Might need something a little smaller. Smaller. Okay, yeah. A little smaller. Yeah, this is probably good enough. So let me just go to here, where I'll just make this a blank color, so to speak. Okay, there we go. Is it censored enough? Nope. There's also an inner circle of rivets and such, I think that's what they're called, so let's see here. Flat shapes. Oh! In that case, I probably don't even need this then. Actually, yeah, I do. Alright, there we go. Okay. I mean, this doesn't look great as a control point, but the idea is there at least. And again, I'm not going to use all this space because that would be insane for a control point map. Only about, like, at most a third of the space, if not much smaller than even that. Again, I'm trying to make it feel like it's a control point map. Actually, it would be actually a neat idea to have this like a floor light. So floor light, like so. Solar garden floor light, new world path light, new area lights. Let's put it there. And now, actually, there's another thing. Let me go to here. This game settings, sandbox, default presets, economy, animals. Yeah, that's all fine and good. I just need to find inspections. How do I disable game? Avatar zoo visitors. That's what I'm looking for. Economy. Power everything. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I really wish I did that while creating the Paw Paw Town Wildlife Preserve, because I am not willing to go back and undo that, because it's just too much work for me right now. But yeah, so now let's just lower this in, and it'll give the control points. Okay, actually, let's put that there. Okay, just right. Actually, right there instead, yeah. Actually, that reminds me, I need to check something real quick on Discord. One moment. There we go. Maybe that'll make it light up at night. The Discord server, oh yeah, I gave it an overhaul because it suffered a raid recently, but I got the issue fixed, and I actually put a bot onto there, so hopefully now it won't suffer the same issue. I mean, it could still get raided in the future, but the chances are much lower now. So yeah. Alright, that's not a great looking control point, but I mean, it could do the job. Yeah. Okay, let's just see here. Alright, again, though, I'm going to have to make this thing look somewhat symmetrical, which is very odd for the design of your typical zoo. I really want it to look like an actual working, like, almost AZA accredited type zoo, but would have the layout of a control points map, so to speak. Is this plan insane? Maybe, but I was originally going to put up a poll saying, hey, do you want me to continue to play Steam Preserve, albeit with lots of jank, or start this Team Fortress Zoo project, and I just never got around to getting the poll up, so that was my bad. But anyways, let's see here. Curve. Curve pieces. This could actually... Okay, so maybe... Okay. Eve. Okay. This is basic... what I'm basically doing is just, what I'm basically doing is basically... I'm just trying to create, basically, I'm trying to do a plant zoo build that looks like a TF2 control points map. That's what I'm trying to do, honestly. Okay, let's go for an Eve. Take map. Okay. Okay, let's see here. What the? Oh, souvenir little mug. Again, like, this map's probably going to take, like, about a year to make, similar to to the Paw Paw Town Wildlife Preserve. I would have kept going with the. I still want to keep going with the Pleistocene Pleistocene Preserve, but I'm gonna wait until I can handle technical issues with that. Okay, a second. Okay, nope. Okay, so grid height. Trying to make these things more slanted. Yeah, like one of the control point maps in TF2. To make it at least look somewhat similar. $1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter. Yeah, it's not great, but actually I do plan on sinking it more into the ground, so instead... actually no, that's not going to work. It's not... Okay, first of all... Okay, we gotta just move this down into the ground a bit more. There we go. That's not great as a control point, but it'll get the job done. At least for now. So let's just save this as a blueprint. Control point enabled. Move! Oh, okay then. It's a TF2 control point. There we go. Oh great, my mouse decided to just die. Oh, let me just take out and reinsert the battery. Is that the problem? Oh, let me try again. Yeah, I think the battery in this one's dead. Hold on. That's the one I'll do for now. Okay. Second. I swear, I do not want to have to play this game with the trackpad. That would be hell. Okay, that's better. Alright, blueprint tags. The scenery! Where's the scenery? Okay, scenes. Actually, no. Instead, let's go to, other. There we go. There we go. Now I can just... Now I'll be able to... First of all, let's zoom out here and see how big this would be compared to a person. Alright, now let's just zoom in. Now we gotta find a way to create... Okay, let's see here. I need to take a look at a good control point map as an example. Let's go with one that's 5 points, so... Alright. Stand-in is one of them, so let me take a look at that one real quick. course, my mouse died again. Okay, I'm just... Okay, looks like I do need to... Let me change out the battery once more. Ah, that'll do. There we go. I had one good battery left. Like, I invested a lot in these rechargeable Duracell AA's, and they have been working wonders, thankfully. But yes, so if I think I need to make it like this large, so okay, so if that's the case, I would then need to, let me think about it like so. So if I were to make it that big, okay, let me find a, okay, that, a 5-point control map. There's Badlands, Granary, Foundry, and Process, so, which one should I choose for this? I need something with, like, I don't want it to be massively linear, but at the same time I need to find something that would, okay, so, let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna use, should I use stand-in as a reference? That's just 3 points. Let's go with Process. Is that one? Okay, Process actually doesn't look too bad for, yeah. So Process. Okay, I'm just gonna pull out paint.net real quick. And, I'm just gonna pull out paint.net real quick. And just examine it under a microscope, so to speak. I'm now thinking of that one Patrick Star meme where it's just like, one is like from Professor Patrick, that season 4 episode, and the meme there, where you used to look at it under the microscope, and the other one is just from a different episode with Patrick just nailing a wooden board to his head, you know. That one. Yeah, I'm the one looking under the microscope, so to speak. So let me just, okay, Team Fortress Wiki, I'm just copy and paste this into paint.net, and now if I just screenshot this correctly, okay, I'm just going to just position this just right. Should be good. Now I'm going to put that in over top. Actually, okay, yeah, let's just do that. And now I'm just going to take this one layer. You can't see this, of course, over top this. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Alright, let's see how big the control point is there. Ah, shit. Try this again. Okay, the control point on our screenshot is actually a little too big, so I'll need to zoom out a little bit more, surprisingly. Okay, so let me just zoom out a little bit more. Go up. Alright, and let's try it now. Go right there. Full screen there. And now I'm just going to copy and paste it there. And see if this works a little better. Our control point is actually still a little too big. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, then. Let's zoom out once more. Okay, and now paste that in like so. Paint on Net's getting laggy now because so many apps have been opened. Let's see here. Okay, I need to do it one more time. Again, it looks like I'm going to have a lot more room to work with than I previously expected, which, hey, more for me. Although, again, the TF2 maps, like, where the mercs are going to be running around in is a lot more limited than what this massive scope might seem, so just keep that in mind. If you know how TF2 maps work. Yeah, that should be close enough. Alright then. Okay, so let me just save it right here. Alright, so now I'm just going, just to be safe, I'm going to get the terrain stamp right there. Okay, one here. Okay, up there too. One there. One here to mark the full-on hard stop boundary. Okay. Yeah, that should be more than enough room to work with. So now, let's just get the rest of this over here. Again, I'm just creating a perimeter of sorts. Again, if this is the most room I could work with, I'm still gonna have plenty to work with, so yeah. Alright, let's see here. this is the most room I'm going to be given to work with, and yet I still feel like I could do plenty with the amount of room I'm given for this. And for those wondering, I'm using the process map. I used the process map as an example. Like, I'm already thinking of what creators I could put in here, of course, even if we might not even get to that in this stream, you know. Maybe something like harbor seals, you know, because that's what we saw in the map of Sealblin. I would have said some dinosaurs, but I don't feel like just grabbing the ones from Jurassic World Evolution. That'd be too easy. That, and I would like them to be a bit more scientifically accurate. That's just personal taste, of course. Okay, I could be a bit more sloppy. Alright, now we have the good perimeter in place, let's get to placing the control points. I'm thinking, okay, now we have to keep this somewhat symmetrical, but we also need to establish a path. So we need to build the zoo around those control points, so to speak. So, let's place our first control point right over here. Let's place our first control point, I'd say right... the red... Okay, first of all, we need to place our center control point... No, damn it. Okay, first of all, we need to place our center control point, of course, in the center. So that would go right here. Alright, now, let's just clone that. Our next one would go... Okay, let's see here. It needs to be somewhat symmetrical, so I'd say we'll place the, what the hell happened to the, oh no it didn't, nothing bad happened there. Okay, so we'll place this one right here. And to fit in the symmetry of such, we'll place the next one right around here. As for what the lore of this, like, of this Team Fortress Zoo would be like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, perhaps Merasmus decided, oh, Merasmus is going to open up his own private zoo in order to pay off the Japanese mafia. And he has to, but in order to rightfully avoid scrutiny from animal rights activists and the like, he needs to make sure he's treating his animals well and such. But at the same time, he has to still allow the mercenaries to compete on here. That would actually be pretty funny. Imagine that as like a Halloween map or something. Oh, it could be something akin to like the Freaky Fair, like another kind of that map like that. Like, Freaky Fair, but with animals all over the place. God, I loved the Freaky Fair so much with Spook Fortress last year. That was so good. Freak Fortress, that. No, Freak Fortress isn't that. No. Freak Fortress is something completely different. Freak Fortress is also awesome, though. Depending on the bosses and such. right there. Alright, and now we'll place the 2 control points that are next to their bases. Let's go to right there. So, the first control point here, that'll be shortly outside their spawn. The other one will be right there. Actually, let's go with something akin to a parallelogram, so to speak. So let's see here. Oh, nope. Oh, damn it. What the hell? I think I just came across an insane glitch. I think we got a broken control point. There we go. Something more akin to a parallelogram, I suppose. Okay. That'll do. Yeah, that should be close enough to a parallelogram. So now we have to build this zoo around those 5 control points. A second. So let me just... This will be the red one. Red control point. The main red control point next to their base. And now the blue. Alright, there we go. Now we begin. First of all, let's just, let's begin with the visiting area. I'm not going to change the whole area of this here because I'm really not in the mood for that. We'll just stick to what the path establishes and such. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. 1, 2... Okay, so let's see here. Sorry, I know, like, I actually do know, like, you can't place them on top of the pass, but I can't help but often still build with, like, the Zoo Tycoon 2 type thinking where I can easily place buildings on top of here. It's a habit of mine, I know. Okay, so just to be safe, I'm going to probably use like maybe a pre-built restaurant or something, and then loosely design it, or something along those lines. Mainly due to time and such. European restaurant, conservation restaurant. Actually, this looks like it could fit in pretty well. Ooh, okay, I might be a bit overboard. This could work pretty well. I just gotta make some changes to it to give it a TF2 motif, and that could actually work pretty well. So, place it right there. Yeah, it looks good. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, I'll place it there for now. Let's see here. Next up is the... Okay, so that looks good there. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, this is just a restaurant build. So, okay, so now we're just going to need to make control points. Okay, so the control points are there. So we need to build a zoo around this. I think I know how. Like, I need to have it be circling around. And I do know at least like one AZA accredited zoo that's kind of like that. Hold on a second. I need to look it up. It's the only one from West Virginia. Accredited members. West Virginia. Yeah. All Ogle Bay's Good Zoo. If I take a look at the map they have there. That's something akin to that. Yeah, that could be a good reference to use. Okay, let me just find... Okay, let me just go to their website and... go to their map. And see, yeah, their map kind of goes in that circular... Yeah, I'll use that as like a loose reference as to what to do with that. Yeah. So yeah, I think for now we'll have the main eatery and such be here. So next control point, I'll probably place right. So yeah, we'll need to place... Can we get some pathways in here? Yes, we can. Good. Okay, so I'm thinking next... Okay, so let's just shrink this a little bit to 16 feet. Or maybe just 13 feet. Yeah, it looks fair. Looks good. Yeah, like, I'm now thinking Mike Merasmus is like... Merasmus closes his Team Fortress... Merasmus closes his freaky zoo on weekends because he is contractually obliged to have mercenaries fight over control points over the facility. No worries, no animals are harmed in the fighting. Otherwise, I would have to answer to both animal rights activists and the Japanese mafia. Anyways. Okay, let's see here. Wait a minute. Okay, so I think like the reptile house would probably. I'm actually thinking the reptile house would be in the center area. That I feel like would be an interesting way of doing it. For now, though. Okay, so first of all, let's just create the basic setup here. Just to be safe, let's make it 16 feet. Let's go to length. Okay, so now we'll just need to create a perimeter around here. Okay, let's actually just move this just a little closer. There. Okay, so we'll place one there. Next up would be right along here, so... Here, let's now go to here. Alright, now let's get the length up to 5 meters again. And I just want to I just want to make the basic layout of the zoo first before really putting it all together. Again, this is going to take multiple streams to do. Maybe I'll have it done by the end of the year, probably not, because Combathon has taken up priority, of course. And speaking of, I got most of the dolls stuffed already. I just gotta handle all the remaining human dolls for human characters, and then I can finally sew everything together, then make the faces, hair, and clothes. And then after all that's done, and hopefully about, like, the stuffing, well, the main stuffing should be done by tonight. And after that, it'll probably take me, like, 2 more weeks to get all the, the remaining parts done in a timely manner, like another week or 2. So there's probably going to be another delay in terms of Combathon's release date, but that will not be confirmed until I release a update video regarding the matter. Let that be, I'm going to make that abundantly clear. There will be no confirmed delay of Combathon's release for a second time unless there is a update video released on a topic itself, on its own, okay? Alright. Here. Alright. Like, this zoo is probably going to have the obvious critters, like ring-tailed lemurs and such. But first, like, I want it to also look like it's on at least on somewhat of a budget because, of course, Merasmus wouldn't have millions of dollars. Merasmus is not San Diego. Merasmus is not the Smithsonian Zoo. Okay, so let's just see here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, like, it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical, I know, but it's supposed to at least have that feel. So let's just move this back a little bit. Actually, hold on a second. Has the glitch gone away with this one? Nope. That one's there to stay. Okay, then. And of course, I'm just laying out the main grounds for it and such. Actually, Merasmus would not make this out of stone. He would use... Ignore that. Merasmus would use asphalt. Because Merasmus is not super rich. I know, it's a terrible Merasmus impression, but still. Let's put the asphalt all over. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, 1 second. Just fix that up. There we go, and now let's just take this and move it a bit further in, and there. That's not perfectly centered yet. That should do it. There! Now it's art! Okay, so next up would be... just now. Let's have this wind around a little bit. I know what some of you might be thinking. Grant, this map's going to look huge if it was in-game. Snipers would be camping around 24/7. Don't worry, I have solutions to that. Calm down. They'll come in time. Actually, now I think about it, Merasmus doesn't necessarily have tons of resources to make these trails look all nice. So, Merasmus often has to use sharp turns. Merasmus doesn't want to get... Merasmus is those who will not get very good reviews off of design alone, but Merasmus is trying to be practical, in order to make sure he has enough money to pay off both the Russian and Japanese mafias. What's this? A tree growing out of... Yeah, no, we're not having that shit. Center it there. Yeah, why didn't I think of this sooner? There we go. Right... Damn it. Right there. Alright, there we go. I'm actually thinking I'll have, like, maybe staff buildings on each side by the control... by, like, the main red and blue control points. Something like that, yeah. That's probably something I'll do. Okay, let's just get the, this one right there. Actually, this one, I'm not going to use that path for. I'm going to use something a little different. Or actually, I could just lay something on top of that. Yeah, I think I'll do that instead. I'll leave that there for now, because I think, like, in the middle of this will be, like, the reptile house, where all the indoor critters will be and such, like the tropical rainforest house or whatever, where you'll have stuff like saltwater crocodiles and ring-tailed lemurs and so on. And yes, I know the salty's definitely going to be in this zoo, because, you know, Australia, and those are probably the crocodile Saxon Hill would try and kill and turn into, would try and make mincemeat out of on a daily basis. Expect a lot of dark humor from me when it comes to these streams. Of the acceptable sort, of course, not the kind that comes from right-wing fascist crybabies you find online. Alright, let's see here now. I know the salty's definitely going to be in this zoo. Okay, I'm just going to turn up my mic volume just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now... how am I going to make this look right? Okay, so... Okay, so I need to have it be at the spot where... It needs to be at the spot where the, Okay, so probably... So it's probably going to lead off of, like... Yeah, I'll have to have it come off like there. So in that case... So I'll just go to here. Let's see here. Alright, okay, and done. Okay, so now, and from there, both will be leading into the reptile house, or warm forest house, so to speak. So, in that case, I actually think we'll have to start building it from there, and then outwards. Yeah, because that's where the central control point is. So, in that case... Let's see. Gravel path. Let's see. Hexagonal stone path. Anything that looks like concrete, maybe? Block path. This actually doesn't look too bad. But let me see here. Looks like... That looks actually... No. Tile path. Yeah, there we go. That looks actually pretty decent. Tile stone path. Merasmus finds this tile path to be most affordable, while still presentable. Here. Okay. Let's see how big we should make this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. So I think that looks decently sized enough. Yeah, the central control point. There would be... Yeah, this looks fine enough. Now I just gotta make sure it's... Okay. I think we'll leave it at that for now. It's 9:48. Okay. We'll try and make a few more modifications before I end the stream, because I'll need to get back to working on the dolls. So, let's see here. go. There. Ah, damn it. The spawn point would be right. That does not look right. Okay, so let's take a look here now. We just gotta make sure. Okay, let's de-emphasize the grid now, and now just okay, let's just get it right there and place it right there. Okay, that'll do. One there. Yeah, let's try that. And now let's do the same over here. Wait a minute. Hold on a second, that doesn't look right. It's not supposed to grow right out of the damn soil. Pavement, what I'm saying. Okay, that should do the trick. And now... let's see here. Go. Is that right? Actually, doesn't look right. There, okay, 20 feet again. There we go. One side there. And one way this here too. Wait a minute. Actually, a second. go. Let's see here. That should do the trick. Yeah. A largely symmetrical look on it. Not entirely so because of that, but I'd say for what it's worth, we got it done pretty alright. Actually, now I think about it, they need to add in a way for it to get over there too. So in that case, okay, so let's just go to here. Make it more of a wide turn, like so. There we go. There we go. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. So now, let's just see here. Now let's just get our, let's see, where do we, facilities, staff facilities. We need to find something that would work well. Okay, keeper hut. Maybe have a keeper hut act as the spawn room. Actually, in that case, ooh, Marvel Arrivals, nice. Let's have the staff rooms actually be it right here. So let's have, yeah, they kind of look like that. They kind of look like the whole thing. So let's put like something along the lines of, hold on. Okay. So place it right. Oh no. What the hell? Okay, so place it right there. All right. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by the sand textures. Actually, I could just do it on both sides there, too. One there. And a little bit there. Now, if I use one of the animal statues for reference, it's African elephant sculpture or something else that would be close in terms of size. Yeah, I think we got plenty of room to work with still for this. So now, let's just put up the staff rooms and such. one here. Okay, let's just get the path right there. Actually, wouldn't it make more sense now for it to actually be more... If I were to do that... Hold on. No, actually, this makes a bit more sense, practically speaking. Yeah, I could then have it look like... Yeah, okay, that'll still work. Because it's supposed to be representing the spawn room. Yeah. So I'll create the spawn room, and then I think I'll wrap up the stream. £109°F. That sounds like absolute hell! They're lucky it's probably dry in New Mexico, unlike here in Maryland, where the humidity makes it feel like that, or it just makes it feel like 109 when it's only in like the upper 80s and that kind of stuff. Something that has a metallic look to it. Metal. This looks pretty good for the job. Alright. Actually, let's have it be more... Okay, let's actually also add in, to sort of expand on this. Let's get the facilities out. Vet surgery. Yeah, sure. One vet surgery here. And now one research center, trade center, yeah. Good, trade center right here. And we don't need a workshop, but keeper hut, let's try to get a keeper hut right there. You know, make it look like, you know, it's a lot bigger than it actually is. Go. Okay. Now let's see here. We're going to need something for like a door, so some kind of door and such. A big door, something like. Oh yeah, of course. This is most obvious for the job, of course. Let's just change the color here to just a typical metal sheen. Yeah, that should do the trick. And now let's just go to here. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. So now go to here. Now let's go to the roofing. Okay, let's see here. Try pitched roofs instead. Copper roof, maybe? Yeah, let's try that. Actually, I'll try this iron roof. It actually looks a little better. Oh, no, actually, yeah. That's actually looks pretty promising so far. Alright, let's just raise it up now. Actually, oops, it's just grid height, and now just place it right there. Okay, so let's see here. Just get that right. There we go. Now we just gotta add. There we go. Now we just gotta make sure of this. Let's see here. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Actually, this doesn't make it doesn't make sense. Instead, I would need to get these roof trims. There we go. And now, I'm just going to take that and clone that and bring it all the way over to here. Right there. Now, the blue team has the same shelter. I'm looking for. Go. Alright, there we go. That's not perfect, but it will do the trick for now. And it's about 10:15-ish, so I think I will wrap it up here. I know we didn't place any animals in, but this is supposed to be the start of it. I will definitely, not next month, because next month's going to have a theme to it, but probably in October do another Plant Zoo stream. further building on this and such. So far have gotten good progress with this. We got the basic layout and such. I just gotta find a place to put the quarantine, and after that we're gonna start building this thing up, most likely beginning with the tropical rainforest house, as I'll call it, and then build outwards from there. So yeah, that'll be it for now. Thank you all so much, because I gotta get back to working on those dolls. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.